In this auto-friendly adventure I will go on an overnight fishing trip in Vesterålen. I will also show you tips and tricks for camping in Northern Norway, which equipment I recommend, and inform you about the fishing rules. If you would like to support my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Hi guys, and welcome back on the auto-friendly YouTube channel. Today I go on a new adventure. I go to Middagsvannet, the dinner lake in Vesterålen. I have my tent in the backpack and I will sleep there. Also in this video I want to tell you more about camping in Norway with the tent. What do you need? What rules do you have to deal with? So enjoy the adventure with me. I stepped out of the car and it started immediately to rain. But that doesn't stop me. It's gonna be a fun trip. And if I get a bit wet, shouldn't be any problem for me. As soon as I walked out of the forest behind me, I have this incredible view on the mountains. Here's something in a swamp. It looks like it was a bridge long ago. It's still usable, but a bit broken. It will be super easy to find the lake. Now I only have to follow the creek behind me and it will bring me to the lake. Looks like somebody built a shelter here. There's a small wall. Maybe I can sleep there one night. It is fucking beautiful. I'm surrounded by mountains. There's some waterfalls. Small lake over here. And I guess the big one is somewhere there. In this tiny lake. Some fish activity, but I feel like it's not even 20 centimeters deep, so it will not make sense to fish there. Okay, that's why you should always be careful when you walk in a swamp. Look here, and how deep I went into the water, to the knees. I made it to the lake. It's beautiful. Look at this. And I feel on this side over there is the perfect camping spot. Now I have to figure out how to get there. I guess I have to walk back and around the lake. And the good thing is I see already fish activity in the lake. I arrived on the other side and actually that spot is not that nice. And that brings me to the first advice. Always take time to find a good spot and keep your eyes open long before you want to pitch your tent, because especially here in Northern Norway it's often swampy, or I can show you, you have all these bumps here and it will take you quite a while to find a nice camping spot. So I'm gonna look around now. We are looking for a dry spot and flat, hopefully. I found my spot and now I will test it with my mattress and check if it's flat enough. Okay, not approved. There's a big hole. So I have to look for something else. I found another spot. Looks super comfortable. Another spot was a bit more beautiful view-wise. But I'm gonna sleep here, so I anyways don't see it. And I think it's for me more important to have a good sleep, because I can cook my dinner away from the tent and enjoy the view there. I would like to give you a quick overview about my gear, so you know what I recommend for a tent trip in Northern Norway. First of all, maybe you see it already, the most important item for me is my mosquito spray. It's a very nice one. It's basically also for animals, and you can put it also on your clothes. It's not that aggressive, and I'm gonna use it immediately. Also for mosquitoes, I have this hat here, the mosquito net. Especially nice if you want to fish or you want to sit and relax, so you don't have them in your face. Then sleeping gear. I have here my Saleva Light Track 2 2-person tent. It's about 2 kilos, I think. Super good for these small trips where you only sleep in your tent. Then I have my sleeping pad here, Expert Sinmed, 9 centimeters. I'm getting old, so I need 9 centimeters. And it's good to minus 20 degrees, so I also use it in winter. Then I have my Hillsport Alta Super Light sleeping bag. Somewhere minus 2 degrees, I think, comfort temperature. Bit too warm for tonight. Most important for a sleeping bag if you sleep close to a lake is that you take a synthetic sleeping bag and not a down sleeping bag. So it's gonna get wet tonight on the lake. And synthetic will keep the isolation even if it gets a bit wet. Then I have all my cooking equipment like pots, pans and a blade, cutting board and cutlery. Yes, here you can cut a bit down, but I like to cook. For me it's important. I have my Optimus fuel burner. I mean, you saw it already in my video, so it worked, and you will see it later again. MSR water filter. You need it, you don't need it. Decide on your own. I was drinking many years the water from the rivers and creeks without a filter, and it always went well, except of once. Toilet paper, the important red bag, and here first aid kit, toothbrush, toothpaste, and I have my fishing rod with me. I will tell you later a bit more about the rules fishing in Norway. And here this Expert bed, it's perfect to sit on when you cook, or also to put it as a isolation under your sleeping pad if you make a short break. I love it, I use it a lot. One thing I forgot is my rain jacket. First of all, it helps against the rain and also against the mosquitoes. And yeah, today I will most likely need it. You saw already I had a little bit of rain, and I assume it's getting more. I hope I could give you a nice overview about my gear. Let's get the tent ready and set everything up. My sleeping place is done. Now I want to close the zipper as fast as possible. I don't want any mosquitoes tonight. Here we go. I got a tiny little trout. Apparently there's no catch and release in Norway, so I'm gonna keep that fish. I also hooked that fish in a really bad way, so it was injured for sure, and then it's not okay to throw it back in the water. Then I rather put it in my pen and enjoy it, because it wouldn't survive anyways. I'm a little bit hungry. Gonna enjoy my tiny trout, little snack before the real dinner. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy that fish with that view now. Wow. I want to tell you a bit more about lake fishing in Norway. In general, you can check if you're allowed to fish on inatur.no. I will put a link in the video description, and there you can check if you need a fishing card. Fiskekort it's called in Norwegian. And if you need one, you can buy it there. Mostly you can buy a day card or a season card. And it will tell you also what is allowed to fish. And are you allowed to fish from a boat or only from shore? Which bites are you allowed to use? But also there's, because of the salmon here, some rules coming. You're never allowed to fish in a river or in a 100 meters around the river, when the river is going into the lake or into the sea. And one more important thing, what I feel like it's a really nice rule, is catch and release is not allowed. I feel if you catch an animal, it's a lot of stress for the animal. It's quite important that you don't do it for your fun. It's more like for dinner, to eat. And if you release the fish, it most likely will anyways die because you endured it, or it has so much stress. And that's why I think this rule is a really good rule. So always when I catch something, I eat it. Like today. On today's dinner menu, we have a big piece of steak and potatoes. I would say the steak looks nice. And bon appetit! That was a delicious meal. Now I'm super full. Time to relax. Guys, I have the sun in my back, the mountains here and the waterfall in the front. I'm gonna enjoy that now with a cup of hot chocolate. I had a perfect day. Got some fish, nice hike, perfect dinner, and now it's time to sleep. As you can see, it's still bright outside, but we have almost midnight. It'll be difficult to sleep in the daylight. But we'll see us tomorrow. Have a good night. Good morning, guys. That's 10 hours of sleep. I feel like I could sleep more.
And now I get my day started. Clouds here are coming further and further down. I feel like I'm getting wet soon. Looks like I'm enjoying my coffee now, and then I head back. The clouds look very bad and I'm not really motivated to get super wet. My backpack is packed. Now I'm walking back to the car. One important rule: if you leave your campsite, always clean up. Take everything, all the garbage, make sure you don't forget anything, and it looks nice for other people when they come. I made it back to the car. I really enjoyed the adventure. It was perfect to sleep outside, and I'm really happy that I caught a fish. So if you watched my other videos, you know I'm not a very lucky fisherman. I hope you liked the video. Leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and see you on my next Autobrennle adventure.